So, when coming to sit in meditation, there's a few simple but esoteric things to do to help you find your balance and your energy. I like to start with closing my eyes and vibrating the tailbone with the Sanskrit syllable vam, 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 vam. And you allow the vam vibration to move all the way up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, up to the skull, and all the way up behind the orbits of the eye. Vam, vam. And then you let the eyeballs relax into that vibration and that space. Another step is to use the phonemes for the kidneys. On the right kidney, mum, 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 mum. But you pretend there's a column. It actually existed in the embryo that runs to the right side and to the left side of the spine. And you're pumping it up like with an air pump so that you've got a sort of beach toy air pillow from here to here. Mum, 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 mum. And yum, 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 yum. And then you relax into those pillows. They're air pillows and they're on the inside and they sort of help you just float. Then the Chinese meridians come in a 3 series of 4. Lung, intestine, lung, point your thumbs out, open your upper chest. Lung. Large intestine, point your index finger up. Stomach, lift your cheekbones so you lift your esophagus in your stomach and all your intestines. And then spleen, from the inside of your big toe, draw the energy up and in to spleen level. Lung, large intestine, stomach, spleen. The second set is heart, which is on the inside of your little finger, the way you would hold a baby. Heart, small intestine, which is the start of a whip. Heart, bladder, which starts at the eyebrows, and you lift the entire top of your skull to lengthen your back, all the way down the outside of your legs to the little toe of your feet. Bladder, and then kidney to the ball of your big toe. Twist it and push. And the energy comes up again the inside, up to the levels of the kidneys. So heart, small intestine, bladder, kidney. The third set is pericardium, middle finger, ring finger together. Pericardium, the verticals of the body, sternum, occiput, sacrum. Sanjiao, the horizontal diaphragms of the body. Gallbladder, the 3 folds of the brain, lift each one. The side of your neck, the side of your chest, the side of your legs, all the way down to the 4th toe. And then liver, the inside of the big toe, close to the 2nd toe, coming in. And that finishes the cycle. Lung, large intestine, stomach, spleen, heart, small intestine, bladder, kidneys, pericardium, Sanjiao, gallbladder, liver. That's called the great circulation in Tai Chi. A small circulation is going down the front, up the back to the roof of your mouth, or going the other way, up the front, down the back, the Taoist breathing or the Buddhist breathing. That's the small circulation. Small circulation is actually looking for the central channel. which is not exactly the governing vessel or the conception vessel. Governing vessel, the spine and the back, conception vessel coming up the front. So, vom, 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 mum, 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 mum. Mum is becoming one with the universe. Yum, 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 yum. Yum is the act of purification, cleansing, letting go of all that we don't need, including our identities, our need to know what we're doing, and thinking we know what's true and untrue, or what the future will bring. Mano Buddha Ahankara. So I want to share with you the surprising news that came out of Jerusalem and Mount Sinai Hospital in New York this week. It was discovered by studying how the virus affects lung cells being grown in a cultured petri dish, that the virus affects the metabolism of human cells in a very unique, particular, and curious way. It stops the metabolism of sugar, and it increases the synthesis and piling up of fat in the lung cells. It turns out this virus likes to sit in a bed of fat, with a slushy sugar drink. And it's no coincidence that the people that are most vulnerable to this virus have problems with diabetes, cholesterol and lipids, and hypertension, the disease that comes from cholesterol clogging up the arteries. So it turns out that this group in Jerusalem and in Mount Sinai Hospital tested a very old cholesterol drug, fenofibrate, against the virus growing in these lung cells. Fenofibrate came before the toxicity of the modern statin drugs. And it was actually a weight loss drug, a drug that started breaking down and activating fat, a fat burner, especially in the liver. And it helped lower blood sugar. So it's an old medicine, it's generic, it's cheap, it comes in anywhere from 34 to 154 milligrams. Us older folks should start on the lower end, but it's one pill a day. And the idea is that the blessing that comes out of this plague is for us to become healthy again. If you take the fenofibrate now and start losing weight, by the time the virus comes around to where we live, which will be very soon, once we go from 20 million to 40 million to 80 million to 160 million in the doubling rate that's coming up. So if we're healthy and we've lost weight and burned off fat and regulated our sugar and cleaned some gunk out of our arteries, and try pomegranate juice for that, then we'll be safer when the virus comes. Fenofibrate, ask your doctor. It's sort of a blessing, because we have to ask ourselves, why are so many Americans getting seriously ill, sick, and dying at such young ages? And in part, it's because there's something in our diet other than excess calories and a lot of sugar and fat. We've been spraying our crops with toxic, industrial, poisonous chemicals more than any other place in the world. And the amount of pesticides and chemicals that we've put on our crops while they're growing and before we bring them into harvest is just gone up and up and up. It's doubled and doubled and doubled in the 1990s. So it's actually the chemicals on the food we eat that has created our obesity. our diabetes, our high cholesterol, our hypertension. All of these were created by toxic industrial chemicals, mass production of food. So if we come out of this plague with a blessing, it's up to us to take the vow. When this is done, we will put an end to toxic chemical industrial agriculture. I call it the new 10 Commandments. You can call this one number 1 or number 11. But there's a blessing to come, not just for our personal health, not just for protection against the virus, not just for taking off the pouch, but for correcting a serious mistake that's been made while we were too busy living our lives and being concerned with the things that we're concerned of in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. Let's put an end to toxic industrial farming, or we'll go down before the next plague as hard as we're going down now. Namaste. You bring your thumbs to the sternum. Lift your sternum. Use your thumbs to lift your sternum and lean your sternum into your thumbs. Rest your heart into the natural support that your joined palms bring. May there be peace within and without, and may the peace within and without become one.